Okay, so today we're going to talk about angles of elevation and angles of depression. So this says circus acts. At the circus, a person is in the audience at ground level. Right here, here's the guy. Watching the high wire routine. A 5'6" tall acrobat is standing on a platform that is 25 feet above the ground. Okay, so here's the platform. There's the acrobat, right? She's 5'6". She's 25 feet in the air. How far is the audience member from the base of the platform if the angle of elevation from the audience member's line of sight to the top of the acrobat is 27 degrees? Phew, that's a lot of information. Not really, right? I know that I've got this guy down here. Why does this keep doing this? It told us what his angle is. It's called an angle of elevation because it's rising, right? I know that angle is 27 degrees, but it's 27 degrees from his line of sight. His line of sight is looking to the top of the acrobat. So this side is not just 25 feet, this side is actually 30.6 feet. So immediately, I think, Connor, what you were asking earlier was, how do I know what to use? I say, so, ka, choa. Then I ask myself, from this angle, what information are they giving us? They're giving us the opposite, and they're also giving us the adjacent. So when I look up here, which one is what we use for opposite and adjacent? Toa. So I say to myself, toa means tangent. Tangent of an angle. Do we know the angle? Yes, they told us the angle is 27. They also told us what the opposite is. The opposite is 30.6. And we're going to compare that to x. All right. What do I normally, how do I solve something like this? Multiply by what? Multiply both sides by x. We'll cancel that x. Now I have x times the tangent of 27 equals 30.6. What do I do next? No. How do I solve for x? Can't subtract, they're being multiplied. Divide it. Divide by tangent 27. Divide by tangent 27. And I get, cancel, cancel, x equals 30 6/10 divided by tangent 27. Let's put this in our calculator. So we got an answer of what? About 60 feet. So the distance from here to the platform is around 60 feet. Does that make sense? Yes. From P to Q is 60 feet. All right. Let's write this one down. A wheelchair ramp. So I'm going to show you how I would do this. This is something a lot like what your homework would be. A wheelchair ramp is 3 meters long. So what do you think I'm going to draw? A wheelchair ramp Okay, here's a wheelchair ramp. That's how long? 3 meters long. And inclines at a 6-degree angle. Thank you. So this angle is 6 degrees. Find the height of the ramp. Find x. So, Katoa. Well, which one did they give us? Here's the angle. They gave us the opposite and the hypotenuse, which would be not cos. So, opposite hypotenuse. So deals with the sine function. I know the angle. What's the angle? The angle also always goes with that trig function. Equals, opposite is x over 3. How do I solve for this? Multiply both sides by 3. Not sin, sine. So 3 times the sine function 6 will equal x. Put it in a calculator. Tell me what you get.
3 parentheses?
That's not going to work on that one.
Shut up. Who said that?
What'd you guys get? No. What'd you get in your calculator? What did you get? 0.31 what? 35. Does that make sense? Would this be 0.3135? Okay, this is talking meters. This is in centimeters. So let's think about that for a second. Watch, guys. This is how you transfer units. It's called dimension analysis. So if this is in meters, right? I've got a portion of a meter right here. Obviously, because this is only 3 meters. If I want to change from meters to something else, what am I trying to get rid of? I'm trying to get rid of the meters. When I try and get rid of meters, when I try and get rid of something, what do I normally do when I'm using fractions? I put meters in the bottom because I want to cancel it out. So I say to myself, how many centimeters are in 1 meter? How many centa, 100. Centa means 100, right? So there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So my meters cancel, and all I have to do is multiply by 100, which is, oops, 31.4. Because when I multiply by 100, I just move the decimal twice. Okay, this could have been a lot easier if I would have said, they want centimeters, this is in meters. How many meters, if there's 3 meters, how many centimeters are there? That would have made the problem a lot easier. But I did it this way because I wanted you to see that if you get an answer like this, and you go back, and the last thing I always say is, does it make sense? So I made that mistake on purpose so that we could go back and say, does it make sense for x to be 0.3135? Okay? All right. Questions on this? Moving on. All right. I want you guys to attempt to set this one up. Write down the problem. Read it. Try and make sense of this problem. Okay, so a hint would be, I'm trying to find the distance between these 2 dolphins. So I'm actually looking at 2 different triangles. So there's your hint. Okay, so We're talking about two different triangles here. We're talking about, I'm actually going to draw it to real scale. We're talking about this triangle. Am I good? I am good, huh? And this triangle. Two different, two different triangles. Okay, let's also consider the fact that we have this line that's horizontal with this line. What's horizontal mean?
Sideways.
Parallel. Which also means so, right? So this angle is what?
30.
And this angle is what? No, it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
This angle should be 35, and this one should be 36. See that this is a smaller angle, actually, than this one is? Everybody with me so far? Okay, so this one is an angle of 36, and this one is an angle of 35. We're trying to find the leg of both of these, right? And they both equal 154 meters. So I can basically get rid of this picture now, correct? All right. So let's talk about it. So, yes, the X. So we're talking about SOHCAHTOA. So what are we talking about?
Opposite over adjacent, right?
Opposite over adjacent, which is?
You do adjacent.
Is there? Is there? Is there an adjacent over opposite?
No, so you're going to do adjacent over opposite.
No. You can't do adjacent over opposite because there is none. There's only opposite over adjacent, which is TOA. They're right there in front of you. That's why you write them down. It's right in front of you. It's an O over an A, so it's OA. Are you guys serious? I gotta pause. Okay, so we're obviously going to use TOA, which is tangent. We know our angle, tangent 35, and this one is tangent 36. Please stop talking. We're talking about opposite over adjacent, which is 154 over x. 154 over x. How do I solve for this?
Multiply x.
Times x. Can I do these simultaneously? You guys okay with that?
Yeah. Just divide it all, but you can't divide over.
You want to do that right now? Divide by tangent. Divide by tangent. Divide by tangent. And divide by tangent. And I get, so tangents cancel, Tangents cancel. So I get x equals 154 divided by the tangent of 35, and x equals 154 divided by the tangent of 36. Give me some numbers, people.
The tangent.
Not you. I told you that calculator doesn't work very well.
107, 35, 107, 28.
She's like, I was like, alright, so not you.
I need somebody to raise their hand. Connor!
Okay, for tangent 35, I got 107.83.
Nope, that's not right. Yes. No. Oh, 219. 219.9, and this one is 211.9. So what do I do with that? You subtract it.
Divided. That's where I went wrong.
So the dolphins are how far apart? They are 8 feet apart.
What was it?
Is it feet or is it meters? Meters. They are 8 meters apart. And we're done.